You guys, we are in yet another Kroger parking lot. Okay, that's proof. That's proof that that's where we are. Okay, see that place over there? I've never heard of that. I mean, obviously it's like closing for a reason. That used to be a Joann's. Do you know about Joann's? The craft store? Well, I worked there when I relapsed. It was the year 2010. And I'm going to put on my seatbelt for this. Okay. You want proof? You want proof? So I put my seatbelt on. There it is. See? There it is. Okay. I know the women lie a lot, so you know, you've gotta have some good evidence to back you up. Well, I worked at that craft store the year that I relapsed, and during that time period, I stole a fuck ton of arts and crafts that I'm using sometimes. I mean, I stole it because I was a thief and I needed something to do compulsively, and we had aprons that we wore as part of our uniform, and we also had 3 different breaks, so we were allowed to leave the store during our breaks. And I smoked cigarettes, so you best believe that I stole the fuck out of that craft store. I did. It's crazy because I ended up getting fired. And what I got fired for was so minimal compared to what I should have gotten fired for. Because I didn't just steal my shit. Like, I didn't just steal stupid petty bullshit just for fuck's sake, you know? Because I was bored and compulsive and it's like it's such a high. I really can't explain it. The kind of high that you get from that. If you know, you know. Well, I also stole for other people. Like, people would get coupons in the mail, and I would save all of the coupons, and I keep them in my apron, the same apron, and I would scan these coupons every time people would have an expensive item. I would scan a 50% off or 75% off coupon. Or the best coupon, 50% off your entire purchase. And there was some old bitch, her name was Freda. I remember this shit like it happened yesterday. I remember her just like watching me like a hawk. With good reason. Because like, yeah, I was doing it as often as possible. Now, one could say that I did this for moral reasons, like I'm trying to save people money from this evil corporation that they choose to buy shit from. But really, I was doing it compulsively and because it made me feel like a badass, okay? And, that is why everybody should steal, okay? If they're gonna steal from some major corporation. But I'm not trying to justify it. I'm just trying to provide you some insight as to why I take Holy Communion. So, yeah. But like the thief, when I confess thee, we sang that. Will I confess thee, remember me, O Lord, in thy kingdom. I sure hope he does, man. Now, the whole time that I was stealing, I knew that it was wrong. I knew that it was immoral. I knew that I couldn't justify it by saying, like, oh, this is a corporation. You know? I know a lot of people that steal from Walmart and various corporate conglomerates like Kroger and Target. If you're gonna steal from anywhere, steal from Whole Foods, okay? But seriously though, like I don't want to encourage that sort of behavior, but at the same time, like stealing shit is wrong. It is. It's immoral. It's immoral to take things that don't belong to you. Even if you think you could rationalize it with, oh, well, these people are evil and all this stuff was made in sweatshops and blah, 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 blah. It still doesn't justify your part in the situation, you know? It's like if you really hate it, don't go there, don't shop there, you know. But the time of my life when I was a thief, I don't want to blame politics because that's just all too easy to do, isn't it? But I was definitely on the left, okay? So I think that there's a lot that you can justify if you have this whole victim mentality. And it's not just you. It's not just like you see yourself as a victim. If you see other people as victims, you can justify doing things as some sort of retribution. That's just total bullshit. But during the time that you're doing it, you can totally rationalize the hell out of it. Be like, oh, I'm doing this for the greater good. I'm doing this because stealing is what really good people do, you know? I knew that I was lying to myself. I knew that that was bullshit. But I got something out of it. Dopamine, okay? Lots and lots of dopamine. If you really want a really amazing dopamine high, go to Walmart and steal a fuck ton of shit. Nobody's gonna stop you. Just go to a blue state, okay? Just go to California and you can steal the fuck out of a Walmart. I guarantee. Or Seattle or Portland, you know? Just go to blue state. Anyway. Because it's really important that people know that it's possible to be a better person and to acknowledge
And I still did them anyway because they fed my ego. And there was something that I got out of it, some psychological fix. So. And by the way, my car needed antifreeze, and that's why it was overheating. So I got some of that today at O'Reilly's Auto Shop. Okay. Yeah, it's just stuff I'm stupid about. Stuff I'm like actually stupid about. Like, I was watching this video from last night, and I was like, wow, you were such a fucking moron, Amy. But at least I acknowledge that I'm a moron. Like, there's plenty of shit that's wrong with me, but I know. I really do. Okay? But I don't want you to think that I don't have any shame or embarrassment about it, because that's there. I just choose to reveal it because I'm a human being, you know? And I think it's important that not only do we reveal that about ourselves, but that we also can acknowledge it and be like, wow, I should probably change that. You know, that's not good. I should learn more about automobiles and the way that they function so that my car doesn't break down because of my ignorance. I should probably stop stealing shit because stealing shit's wrong, and I know that it's wrong. You know, I haven't stolen shit in a long time. I got escorted out of a liquor store. Now, I don't want to blame alcohol, because when I was stealing the most shit, that was when I was on an antidepressant. Okay? But I don't need drugs to steal shit. It's definitely an addictive behavior. And apparently women are more prone to be kleptomaniacs. Probably because we can live inside of our heads. We can construct this whole other world that we live in. And so it makes sense why we would do that and do it very well until we get caught. And we'll never come back to that liquor store. We'll be arrested. But yeah, man, like, it's just crazy. When I think about the kind of life that I used to live, it makes me sick to my stomach. Like, I get nervous thinking about it. And I was thinking about how, like, there's so many different aspects of me, and I really can't share them with most people. Like, this YouTube channel is the realest thing I've ever done, and most people can't fucking stomach it. And that's why I don't tell many people about it. I mean, my own friends don't really like it. I mean, Ronit's watched it, Brad Covington watches it, Kimberly watches it. But yeah, I've had people that, I mean, they'll watch my videos and then later on they'll comment about it and be like, wow, I can't believe you said this. It's like, I can't believe that you don't know that I'm not always serious, you know? Like, I think it's just the way that comedians talk. Like, I'm very nonchalant, and I know I've said this before, but it's like, I can't talk nonchalantly with most people about most things, you know? They just don't understand. Like, I said something to this church friend of mine, who's also a comedian, okay? But she does clean comedy, and she's like real, like,
joke, dude. But yeah, you can't say stuff like that because people like take you seriously, and you know. And she mentioned it. She was like, yeah, I don't think he knows the difference between like a joke and like people don't, they can't tell like that you're not being serious. Well, I would never commit an act of violence. That's why I got off the medication, because I didn't want to do anything that I was fantasizing about, you know? And that's also why I don't think that mentally ill people should be allowed to have guns. But I don't think that should, it's like, when it comes to the laws, I don't think it matters, especially in this country, because this country is, it's so easy to get illegal shit, dude. I feel like it's so easy to do stuff that you're not allowed to do. I mean, if you really want to do it, you're gonna fucking do it, you know? So I just think it's kind of stupid for people to think that a policy change is gonna alter human behavior. It's not. I was talking to one of my Orthodox friends about this, about how like Roe v. Wade supposedly being overturned hasn't stopped abortions at all. Abortions have actually increased because now they have that little pill, that little abortion pill. So where there's a will, there's a way. And if women really want to kill their kids, that's what they're gonna do, you know? And I'm not trying to make light of that. I'm just saying that like, people aren't aware of how the world works. They're not aware of humanity and how people behave. They're not aware of the psychology of society. And so that's why it doesn't matter like how many things you try to change with policies. Like, people are gonna do what they want. They're gonna find a way around whatever you're trying to prevent, or whatever you're trying to force them to do. You know, they're gonna rebel. So yeah. Long story short, we shouldn't try to change anything, because like the only thing that you can change is yourself, and hopefully that will inspire other people to change. And when people watch you change, when people watch you transform, it will inspire them. A lot of people have watched me transform on this channel. They've watched me transform in sobriety. They've watched me transform through comedy and through my faith. And because of that, it's led them down a more spiritual path. It's led them to believe, oh hey, I can stop doing drugs too. I don't have to keep doing this really self-destructive thing anymore. Now, are most people going to get that out of it? Probably not. But that's not why I do it. You know, I mean, well, I do it for me, but I do it for that tiny-ass faction of people that will get something out of it. You know, it's like telling my mom tonight. It's absolutely ridiculous that people look at everything so transactionally. They think if you don't get everybody, like, what's the point? Like, when I do stand-up and not everybody laughs at the joke, if one person laughs, it works. If one person gets something out of it, it fucking works. Would it be better if more people got something out of it? Yeah, that would be preferable, I guess. But I don't ever expect that, because I'm just too weird. You know, I'm a very obscure person, so I'm not gonna put more on myself than I'm able to perform, you know? That's just silly. Anyway, I've done a lot of crazy shit in my life. I've been a really terrible person. I've been a really selfish person, really self-indulgent.
emotional basket case. I've been a very manipulative girlfriend. I wasn't like that in my last relationship, though. I noticed that. But I was a completely different person. Like, I behaved a lot different than what I'm used to. But I don't know, man. Early on in my life, I didn't know what I was dealing with. So as you can imagine, you know, I didn't really deal with it in the healthiest way. And I have to forgive myself for all of that. I have to forgive myself for all the havoc that I created because you know, I really, well, I don't want to say I didn't know any better because I definitely knew better, but I think that when you're insecure, and I don't think I was insecure with myself, I think that I was insecure with my place in the world. And because of that, I thought, okay, I don't fit in, so maybe I should do all these bad things. And maybe then I can feel more part of, you know? That was crazy, like all the shitty things I did, like I really didn't get in trouble for it. I mean, I still can't believe that I never got arrested. Like, that's fucking nuts. But maybe I just didn't need that. I didn't need that to change. Well, a lot of people get arrested over and over and over again and they still keep doing the same shit, you know? I just needed to be escorted out of a liquor store, and that day felt like Judgment Day, and that was enough for me to just stop doing that. Now, alcohol, I mean, I can't tell you how many things I've fucked up and how many ways I debased myself and all that, but all that shit happened in a very short time period. So, I guess I'm a quick learner when it comes to debasement. But, crazy to think about. Like, when I've talked about my past with people that know me now, especially like church people, like they're just completely flabbergasted, and I'm like, yeah, dude, yeah, I probably shouldn't have told you that. That's for Jesus only. You know? But that's not to say that they look at me differently, but I think that they understand like why I became Orthodox so fast and why I always cry during the services. I think they might get a better understanding of that. But because I know how unworthy I am. I know how much of a sinner I am. I know like how much I've fucked up in my life and justified all that fucking up. But no joke, when I was stealing, I remember thinking that eventually I'd find Jesus. And I think that at the time I was just, oh no. Oh my god. Go, go, go. 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 I just hit a deer, you guys. But luckily, deer sped off. Oh, God. They do that, dude. I was trying to slow the fuck down. I gotta check my fucking car. See if it's okay. Oh my god. That's crazy. I hit it and then it still kept on going. So hopefully it's all right. Well, that's funny though. I'm talking about my horrible past, and then I hit a fucking deer. There are these deer. They were like, they saw my car, and I guess they were like, let's go in front of that, you know? I didn't hit it very hard though, because like it was trying to get in front of me, and I was trying to go around it, and it just insisted. So I couldn't have hit it that hard if it just, you know, got up and kept going. So let's see, y'all. Let's see how much damage we did. Again, okay? I don't feel bad about it. You know why I don't feel bad about it? Because I tried to avoid it and it still insisted on me hitting it. So, fuck that deer, okay? Well, I really do hope it's okay. I'm sure it is. I mean, it was running. It was running. What was I talking about? And I totally, totally got distracted by a deer. Okay. Okay. No blood, so it's good. Oh, I hope you're okay, dear. Wherever you are, I hope you're okay. I wonder what that water's from. Huh? It might have been raining, perhaps? Perhaps it might have been raining. I don't fucking know, dude. Well, don't ever let people tell you that life is boring in sobriety. It's not. It's really not. It's just a different kind of interesting.